Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sakshi Barsaya, student of BPharm second year. Today, my topic is Salmonella typhi, guided by Professor Sohani Solanki ma'am. Topics to be covered today are Introduction, Higher Cell Classification, Morphology of Salmonella typhi, Cultural Requirements for Salmonella typhi, what it causes, history, symptoms of typhoid, pathogenesis, diagnosis, treatment, and preventive measures. First of all, we see the introduction. Salmonella is a genus of Bacillus, means rod-shaped gram-negative bacteria of the family Enterobacteriaceae. Salmonella was named after Daniel Elmer Salmon, an American veterinary surgeon. The two species of Salmonella are Salmonella enterica and Salmonella bongori. Salmonella enterica is a type species and further divided into 6 subspecies that include over 2,600 serotypes. It is typically found in water, vegetables, soil or intestine. That is, it is present everywhere. It is a pathogenic bacterium which causes a typhoid fever, that is enteric fever in human being. Higher cell classification. Domain bacteria, phylum Proteobacteria, class Gamma Proteobacteria, order Enterobacteriales, family Enterobacteriaceae, genus Salmonella, species Salmonella typhi. History. In 1880, German pathologist Karl Ebert identified Salmonella enterica. It was first cultured in 1884 by Georg Gefke. Salmonella was first discovered and isolated from the intestine of pigs infected with classical swine fever by Theobald Smith in 1855. The bacterial strain was named after Dr. Daniel Elmer Salmon, an American pathologist who worked with Smith. The nomenclature of Salmonella is controversial and still evolving. Then morphology of Salmonella typhi. Shape. The Salmonella typhi is a rod-shaped bacillus bacterium. The size of Salmonella typhi is about 1 to 3 micrometer and 0.5 to 0.6 micrometer in width. Salmonella typhi is arranged singly or in pairs. It is a motile bacterium. It is a flagellated bacterium with a peritrichous flagella arrangement. Peritrichous means it having a flagella all over its body. If there is some exceptions, example Salmonella gallinarum and Salmonella pullorum. The Salmonella typhi is a non-sporing bacterium. It is a non-capsulated bacterium. It is a gram-negative bacterium. When we stain with the counterstain safranin in gram staining, it shows a pink color and it having a complex structure. And it also shows a biochemical test, that is indole citrate urease test, which shows a negative, positive and negative results respectively. Then cultural requirements for Salmonella typhi. Special requirement. Salmonella typhi or S. typhi have no complex nutritional requirement and readily grow in an ordinary media like nutrient agar medium. Commonly the NAM and McConke agar medium is used for the cultivation of Salmonella typhi in laboratory. On McConke and deoxycholate citrate media colonies are colorless due to the absence of lactose fermentation. The another medium is Wilson and Blair bismuth sulfite medium, on which jet black colonies with a metallic sheen are formed due to the production of H2S gas. Optimum temperature. The optimum temperature for the cultivation of Salmonella typhi in the laboratory is 37 degrees Celsius. Our body temperature is also 37 degrees Celsius. Therefore, it can survive in our blood and also act as a pathogenic bacteria. Optimum pH. Salmonella typhi can survive at 4.1 to 9 pH, but the maximum growth observed around 6.5 to 7.5, that is slightly acidic to slightly alkaline pH. pH vary as per the strain of bacteria. Oxygen requirement. Salmonella typhi is an aerobic bacterium that is grow best in presence of oxygen, and it is also a facultative anaerobic organism. Means it is a mainly an aerobic organism, but it can grow in absence of oxygen also. There are various culture media used for the cultivation of Salmonella typhi in the laboratory, and the most commonly the McConaughey agar medium, XLD medium. XLD means xylose, lysine, deoxycholate medium, and salinite F broth medium are used. The given pictures are shown the growth of Salmonella typhi in nutrient agar and its morphology. What it causes? Salmonella typhi is a causative agent for typhoid. It can also be caused by Salmonella paratyphi. Salmonella paratyphi has three subspecies like A, B, and C, a related bacterium that usually leads to a less severe illness. Typhoid fever is also called as an enteric fever, as we seen earlier. It is rare in industrial countries like United States, but it continues to be a significant public health issue in developing countries like India, Bangladesh, etc. Infection with typhoid or paratyphoid fever results in low-grade septicemia. The bacteria are deposited through the fecal contamination in water or food by a human carrier, are then spread to the other people in the area. Typhoid Mary. You have heard about the case of Typhoid Mary, a classic case in medicine, that of Mary Mallon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary. She was a cook by profession and was a typhoid carrier responsible for the outbreaks of typhoid fever in New York from 1900 to 1907. She was a typhoid carrier who continued to spread typhoid for several years. She unintentionally infected dozens of people until she was placed in an isolation on an island in the East River, where she died after 23 years later. There were 51 cases of typhoid fever and 3 deaths due to the improper hand washing of Typhoid Mary. Life cycle of Salmonella typhi. The mode of transmission of Salmonella typhi is fecal-oral transmission, and the Salmonella typhi bacteria exist in the host body through its stools. Rarely this bacteria can also present in urine. If infected person touch any food particle without cleaning their hands after defecation, causes contamination of that food. So if any healthy person eats this contaminated food, then he will also become infected with Salmonella typhi. Then this Salmonella typhi incubation period is 7 to 14 days. Incubation period means entering of the Salmonella typhi and developing its symptoms. That period is called as incubation period. Then it adhesion to mucosa and then invasion into the epithelial cell. In the submucosa it encounters and affect the dendritic cells, enterocytes and macrophages. Then it enters into the small intestine and then it enters into the bloodstream, causing a bacteremia, means bacterial infection in blood. After that, it causes a secondary infection in bone marrow, liver, spleen and gallbladder. Then if after 2 to 3 weeks it becomes untreated, then it causes a severe complications, that is toxic encephalopathy with myocarditis, means inflammation of cardiac muscles, and hemodynamic shock, necrosis of Peyer's patches with peritonitis and sepsis. Symptoms of typhoid. Symptoms usually appear 1 or 2 weeks after infection but may take as long as 3 weeks to appear. Typhoid usually causes a high sustained fever, often as high as 40 degrees Celsius, and extreme exhaustion. Other common symptoms include constipation, cough, headache, loss of appetite, stomach pain, sore throat. Sore throat means pain in throat and its inflammation. Rarer symptoms include bleeding from the rectum, delirium, diarrhea, and some temporary pink spots are observed on the chest and abdomen. Diagnosis. For diagnosis, blood, stool or bone marrow samples are taken. For diagnosis purpose, vital test is performed. This shows the presence of antibodies against Salmonella antigen O somatic and H flagellar in the test sample. Salmonella antigen O means the antigen is present on the cell body, while the H flagellar means antigen is present in the flagella. Viral test having some disadvantages like time consuming process and falsely negative in early cases of illness. Typhoid test involves the principle of ELISA test. ELISA means enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. This test is performed by using a ELISA kit which detects the IgM and IgG antibody against the outer membrane protein of the Salmonella typhi. The typhoid test becomes positive within the 2 to 3 days of infection and separately identifies IgM and IgG antibodies. Typhoid test is not quantitative, means it only specify the person is suffering from typhoid or not, but it does not give the quantitative results. While viral test is quantitative as well as qualitative. Then treatment. There are antibiotics are available to treat typhoid. Then first is chloramphenicol. Chloramphenicol was the original choice for many years because of its rare side effects such as bone marrow toxicity and Graves syndrome. The chloramphenicol has been replaced by effective antibiotic. Fluoroquinols like ciprofloxacin and gefloxacin and ofloxacin are the most frequently used for the non-pregnant patient. Ceftriaxone, an intramuscular injection medication, is an alternative for pregnant patient, that is pregnant women. Ampicillin and trimethoxyprim sulfamethoxazole is frequently prescribed antibiotic, although resistance has been reported in recent years. Then you can always finish all your antibiotic, because if there is any bacteria, then you can pass the bacteria to others even if symptoms are gone. Then the remaining bacteria may develop the antibiotic resistance and become more difficult to treat. Therefore, you always complete your all antibiotic doses. Antibiotic therapy is used to reduce the fever. Then steroid have occasionally used in severe cases, and surgical is also done in severe cases. Then preventive measures to avoid typhoid. Wash hand thoroughly with the soap and water after going to toilet and before eating. Boil or disinfect all water before drinking it. Use disinfectant tablets or liquid available in pharmacies. Peel all fruit and vegetable skins before eating. Keep flies away from food. Watch out for ice cube, ice cream and unpasteurized milk, means fermenting milk, which can easily be contaminated. Do not eat food or drink beverages from street vendors. If traveling to the regions that are high risk, get vaccinated before leaving. And there are such vaccines are available, that is parenteral VI polysaccharide vaccine, that is dose is 25 mg. It is taken by intramuscular and subcutaneous route. That is all about Salmonella typhi. Thank you so much.